All right, if you've been here for a while, you'll remember this old Dodge D350 dually. The reason why we have it is to really do a lot of farm work. I just, right now, finished bleeding the front brakes, and I was about to do something on the inside, and I want to take you along for the ride with me. Let's do it together. So the thing that we need to do, if we look inside of this flooring, we'll see old, kind of rusted out in some spots. This one looks pretty good. I had taken out the carpet that was in here, and the side that really is, it's bad, but not unusable, is this side. Water had been leaking into here over the years, and you couldn't really tell because the mat that was on here was kind of hiding it. There is one bad place, and let me climb under the car and show you. All right, as we climb under, if you can still see me, I'm gonna show you way under here. All right, there's this point right here. It's just in this little corner. All right, so all this is fine. All right, little weak here. Right here, it rusted enough to kind of come through. So I need to be careful when we clean this out. All right, this is what I want to show you before I go back up and show you the rest. And I'll show you where this is on top. So as we go back up to the top, I'm going to show you the rest and fully my idea for how to renovate the flooring on the inside. Well, inside of this box it's a Rust-Oleum set that is supposed to be for automotive and supposed to hold up pretty well in this situation. So let's open it up, see what's in here, and show you what we're going to be putting on this flooring. So we have sanding kit, I guess paintbrush, gloves, and then we've got the paint. Oh, cool, even more. All right, so this is everything we've got. Let's just get started. What I'm gonna do is first take out the seat, then I'm gonna kind of sand out the flooring, and then we're gonna put this stuff in. Here we go. So underneath here is pretty nice. The seat is really just held on by 4 bolts, 2 on this side and 2 on the other. Oh man, I notoriously lose bolts. Oh man, and just climbing over here I lost one of the others. Oh man, all right, oh well, I'll find it later. Here, keep that for me. And this one too. So right here is where the seat sits. Here are the 2 bolts I took it out of on this side. Your feet kind of go right here, so that corner right here is that kind of sketchy spot that feels really weak from the inside that I have to be very careful with. But a lot of this still looks really great. I'm gonna have to take out the seat belts. These seat belts, obviously remove this. I don't even know if it works. And then we can sand it out and put that spray on. I realize I just said spray, but it is a paint. We're gonna put the paint on. I guess they monitored seat belts back then too. Look, we have a cord. I honestly don't even know where it goes to. Plugged in, and I wonder if I get a seatbelt light. I don't know. I haven't experienced that, having a seatbelt on or off and there being any different, so maybe somebody deactivated over time, but there is a cord connecting to that. Let's follow it. All right, we've got the seatbelt, cord, All right, so it does go up and into here. This is for that seatbelt. We'll follow it later. We have a different task right now. Solution to my bolt losing problem. I can't really put this back in here. It's normally what I would do. Where does it go? Oh, right here. I normally would just put it back there, but we can't do that because we're gonna put this. We're gonna put the paint on here. What we have to do, what I'm gonna hope to do and not lose it, and not in my pocket. Let it sit. Let it sit there. That might. I'll put this off to the side. That might work. I'm just gonna sit you there. I think that's a good spot. Remember how I told you I'm really bad at losing tools? Well, this is for my angle grinder, and I cannot find the little piece to the tool for the angle grinder to take off the blade. Well, I went looking for it. I came back to tell this to you, and now I realized I fully lost my angle grinder. So we're gonna bypass this for now until we need it. I have another way. To get this done. All right, I actually lost the other piece too. You know, before I did this, my dad let me borrow one of his tools. And he said, hey, this thing is really important to me. I use it all the time. Make sure you don't lose it. I thought, oh man, you're giving this to the wrong person. I bet I brought both the angle grinder and my other drill to the barn in hopes that maybe I would find something to take the angle grinder off, and then I set them down and I didn't realize it. So we're headed back to the barn to go retrace my steps. Found them both. The sketchiest part, I'm gonna go to that one spot that shows the most signs of damage. We're gonna start there and then carefully work our way through the rest. All right, there seems to be a little bit more damage from this, and I'm trying to be as light and as careful as I possibly can, but there's more damage than I was expecting and really hoping for. But I'm gonna get the rest of the sanded out. I'm gonna be very careful in this spot. We're gonna still paint over it, and then from the other side, we're going to weld something from underneath. That's a different day and a different video. For now, we're putting the Rust-Oleum stuff inside of here today. All right, it's a little bit worse than I originally expected. There are a few more spots like here. It's structurally really sound. There's just one little hole. Right here, there's a little bit bigger of a hole. Still pretty structurally sound. Here, little bitty hole. Still structurally sound, but it's here that this corner one, which we knew was the worst. So I don't want to push it too much in grinding away a lot of this. I want to be careful. I'm going to paint over it. I'm going to get rid of some of these big chunks, like there's some chunks right around here. Let me flip it around and I'll make it easier to show you. We can see these bigger chunks like right here. I think that's from glue and stuff. And we're going to chip a lot of those off. Then we're just going to scuff all this up, make it easy to accept the paint, because I'm not going to get all this stuff off. And then we'll go and put the paint on, as it's not that much more work. There's just that side right here. I want to kind of restore to make it look nicer. Like, I want these doors to be nicer. Look, it's still a farm truck. I'm gonna have to use it on the farm and for farm stuff. But I still want to feel nice when I'm inside of it. I don't want to feel dirty. I don't want the truck to feel dirty. I want it to be like, oh, this is nice to be in. We've now pressure washed it. I'm gonna dry it out myself a little bit to get this water out of here. Then we're gonna start painting. We're running out of sunlight. We have to hurry. A neighbor's showing up. I'm gonna go talk to him and then we're gonna get started. So this is not going to be a one-day build like I hoped. My neighbor came over here and some cool things happened. He just so happened to have a brand new liner for my door. It very much so needed it because it looked like this before, and there was no good seal right here, so that worked out well. And then we also ripped out the door frame, whatever you call this. We ripped this out and decided that when I go and put that, it's a bed liner technically, so when I put that bed liner on the inside of the truck, I'm gonna go and put it just up the side of the doors about right here, because this is the spot where your foot kicks, it gets all beat up, and you know, it's just gonna see a lot of abuse. So it's gonna go right here too, and I think that that is a really great place to put it. And taking this off, I'm gonna clean it all up. I re-oiled my windshield and a few other things, and it's gonna be a tomorrow task. I can't finish it all tonight. It's gonna get down to 26 degrees. Here's what we're dealing with this morning. I tried to wipe down some of this and it made it a little messy, so I'm gonna just blow it out and then get ready to paint. Nice. Thanks for holding those for me. And that's it for now. I can't really drive it right now because, well, some of the stuff is still a little bit tacky and wet. I accidentally brushed up against the door and bumped it while I was putting this panel in, and it left some marks. So I gave it some touch up. So we're not gonna hop in here, mess up the bottom with our feet, get it dirty. We're gonna wait till it's fully dry, which should be in the morning, and hopefully we catch that before the rain, and we're gonna drive this, and I'm so excited. See you then. Well, this is the first real drive after we finished. I oiled up the seats, oiled up the leather, finished the floors, and I'll tell you what, this thing feels very nice to be in. Super nice ride, and I'm really glad that I took the time into revamping the floor. Way worth it, even though this is a farm truck. And well, I'm glad you were here with me for this one. See you next time, and thanks for watching.